What is a steward of creation, Jim?
As an expert with creation, I know a steward of creation is someone who cares after the world and leaves it in its natural state, and always has a positive attitude in keeping it healthy and well.
Now, here is an in-depth quote from Genesis 1. And the earth was without form, and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep, and the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. What do you think the Bible is trying to reveal through this quote?
Oh, well, this quote is quite informing and really shows us the beginning of time and how from nothing it came to this amazing world we graciously get to live in every day. Now, Keith, I have a question for you. How do you think this quote reflects on the way God created the earth and how you truly felt? Here's the quote. Creation is the canvas on which God has painted his character. Wow, what a quote. So what do you think about this?
Oh, well, I believe through God creating the wonderful earth we live in today, he was trying to portray his characteristics onto the earth and make it as great and as peaceful as it can be. Though some are really abusing this power and relating to the abusing of power, what is the difference between dominion and domination?
Dominion means to have power over something. In the Bible, God grants humans dominion over animals. This means that God lets humans have power over animals and guide them. But domination means to have influence and complete control over something. Now that's what we're doing today. It's like how we have animals in a zoo. We're controlling and dictating what their lives are about. This isn't what God has planned for us. Now, Jim. Oh, no, you go.
Now, Jim, I thought this would fit perfectly into your category. What does the church teach us about creation?
It is emphasized in the church that God finds delight in all creatures of the earth, and that God believes comprehensively it is all good. The Catholic Church thinks very high of the environment, as it was God's great gift to us all. They maintain the fact that we are all caregivers towards the earth, stewards of creation, for us all to take responsibility and care for the earth, to always return to what we have taken. At the moment, with all major things going on around the world, we are heading to destruction, with no sense to slow down. Pope Francis tells us there can be no renewal on our relationship with nature without a renewal of humanity. Through this quote, he is trying to accentuate the true variety of what really is happening around us, mainly selfishness. Pope Francis, our Pope, doesn't believe that without vital changes we can't make a stop to the current misdoings in our environment, that we can't look past our oversights with our current mindset. So what do you think about this quote, Keith? Well, in the Bible, we are called to love God and care for each other and all of God's creation. If we improperly or disproportionately use the fruit of God's earth, we are only dishonour him, but we are ultimately endangered the livelihood of our poor and marginalised siblings, who most depend on God's creation. Keith, what do you think about this quote?
Oh, Jim, this quote really hits me. I believe it means that we are taking more than what we are giving back, being blatantly selfish. We are not being loyal to our King, God. We are disobeying all of his requests. All of the wonderful things he gifted to us is going to waste. Absolute disarray. Through this quote, the Bible tells us about all the creatures and people are relying on all of God's creations, yet us humans can't seem to stop. Population growth is at its absolute peak. We are nearing away from hope. Do you agree, Jim?
Oh yes, but one thing I'd like to add is the fact that in this quote it tells us to always care for others. Could you expand on this?
Oh, of course. This quote can also tell us that to get through this together, we must stay generous and care for each other. It is really compulsory that we stick together in these times to make change. Jim, what do you think about the recent environmental problems at Riverview?
I think the main 5 issues are littering, water waste, energy waste, food waste, and definitely habitat destruction.
Agreed.
And I believe we can easily tackle these issues by raising further awareness and handing out stricter punishments for those who infringe on these problems. Keith, overall, unless we take action on the current environmental crisis, there won't be a world for the next generation. We must take action not just at a local level, but confronting this issue globally. We can achieve this through small changes in our lifestyle, but as a global community, it can make huge changes to the health of our shared home planet Earth. We can make these changes by choosing not to prevail under the practical and more convenient alternative of plastic. By using reusable food containers and water bottles, we can cut millions of tons away from our global plastic consumption, therefore making the world a cleaner and better place. As a global community, we need to make a conscious effort to protect our planet as our only one Earth home.